Nepal is a country sandwiched between India and China. Its terrain is mostly mountainous, which attracts thousands of tourists every year. So join us on our journey of discovery of Nepal to learn more about their livelihood, challenges and resolutions. Nepal, as we know, is a region surrounded by mountainous landscapes. However, in the rural outskirts of the Kathmandu Valley, terraces which are used to grow crops are literally cut into every hill and mountain in sight, as most of the populations in the outskirts live on what they have sowed. But there are always cons to doing as such. By cutting into hills, deforestation occurs, which would cause landslides to occur, which would destroy crops and hillside villages.
Nepal's religious composition is made up mostly of Hinduism, 80.6%, followed by Buddhism, 10.7%. These two religions makes up the bulk of the Nepalese people's religion. They acknowledge Shiva, a god in Hinduism, as the governor of their country. Nepal used to be a monarchy running under the executive control of the king. However, due to years of revolt, it has now transited from a monarchy into a republic, in which the first leader, Mr. Pushpa Kamal Dahal, has resigned 1 year later. In a mountainous country such as Nepal, studies have shown there is little social interaction between people of different villages, and it is difficult to pass the mountains between the villages. Hence, they are only able to see a few new people once every year. This is what a child's schedule is like in Nepal. 5 a.m. get up. 6 a.m. take animals out to the field and collect water. 9 a.m. breakfast. 10 a.m. walk to school, which ends at 3 where they finish school, and 4 p.m. where they go out to the fields to continue work. 8 p.m. go back to dinner, and 9 p.m. go back to bed, and the cycle continues. One of the challenges that Nepal faces is the lack of infrastructure. This means that there are no proper drainage and sewage systems, hence illness can be easily spread. There too is a lack of proper waste disposal system, hence causing many people to dispose of their rubbish along the road, and the electrical grids are also unable to cope with the rising demand for electricity, hence leaving only 15% of the people with electricity.
Another challenge facing the Nepalese would be poverty. From the statistical data we've gathered, we are able to see that 55.1% of the population earns under $2.5 a day, and 77.6% of the population earns under $2 a day, which is barely enough to support their livelihood. On the other hand, poverty levels have been decreasing steadily over the years. However, 30.9% of the population is still living below the national poverty line.
We can see that there is a lot of unrest amongst the Nepalese people. This is due to the general unhappiness of the people against the government, as they do not feel they have an identity and they feel that the government is not doing their job. Within the government, there are many political parties fighting for the seat of supremacy. Hence, they are unable to do work together to come out with a constitution and ensure that the people have an identity.
One opportunity Nepal has would be to expand its already large tourism industry. They can do this by not just catering towards extreme mountain climbers, trekkers and nature lovers. Instead, they should provide more facilities for people who would just like to go to Nepal and enjoy the sights. One opportunity is to encourage multinational corporations to start their businesses in the country, increasing the number of available jobs and promoting economic growth by providing them with incentives such as tax rebates and a favorable environment for them to set up their businesses.
After much discussion, we have agreed that the most sustainable course of action to solve Nepal's challenges will be to promote and expand the tourism industry so as to bring in more tourists to Nepal and solve their monetary problems. However, for this to occur, the government must first be able to come to an agreement within themselves to end this political nightmare and instead work with the people to make the country a more hospitable place. However, the government must keep in mind the fact that the money gained does not go straight to their pocket, but instead it goes into supporting the people.
Wish I were pretty, I wish I were brave. If I owned this city, then I'd make it